All right, sixth graders, we're still thinking about integers, positive and negative. So every integer has an opposite. The opposite is the same distance from 0. So they're on opposite sides of 0, but they're the same distance. So what number is the same distance from 0 as 1? Well, let's see. 1 is 1 unit from 0. So what number is the exact same distance, just in the other direction? Well, gosh, I hope you're saying that looks like negative 1. Correct. So if we go all the way down here, what would be the opposite of negative 5? What number is the same distance from 0? Oh, well, 5. What do you think the opposite of 11 is? Negative 11. What's the opposite of negative 86? 86. What's the opposite of 1,142? Negative 1,142. With me so far? All right, let's keep going. Locate the number 8 and its opposite number on the number line. Boom. There's 8 and its opposite, negative 8. How are they related to 0? They're the same distance from 0. They are both 8 units away from 0. All right, so right here, guys, I'm going to pause, and you are going to work on exercises 2 and 3 on your own. Once you're finished, raise your hand, and I'll come check, and then you can push play again, and I'll give you the next example. All right, did you do those exercises? Did I say that they looked good? If you didn't, turn me off right now and go back and do them. I'm watching you. Well, real me is watching you. Virtual me is not. One of me, though, is watching you. All right, so here's an example of where this would pop up in the real world. So Maria decides to take a walk along Central Avenue to purchase a book at the bookstore. On her way, she passes the Furry Friends pet shop and goes in to look for a new leash for her dog. Furry Friends pet shop is 7 blocks west of the bookstore. She leaves Furry Friends and walks toward the bookstore to look at some books. After she leaves the bookstore, she heads east for 7 blocks and stops at Ray's pet shop to see if she can find the new leash at a better price. Which location is the furthest from Maria while she's at the bookstore? So determine an appropriate scale. Well, we've got numbers like, let's see, we have 7, 7. So it looks like 1 is going to be our most appropriate scale. So all of our distances is given compared to the book stop. So after she leaves the bookstore, 7 blocks. And then we know that Furry Friends is 7 blocks west of the bookstore. So one's 7 blocks west, one's 7 blocks east. Since that's in the middle, we're going to let our bookstore be 0. So let's get some numbers on our number line. Okay, we got numbers? Yes, we do. So the bookstore is at 0, which is right here. So let's make sure we're answering the question we were asked. Which location is furthest from Maria while she's at the bookstore? Well, let's graph the other two. Well, we have to decide which way is west and east. I'm going to go west down here, east over here, since that's usually how we do on maps. Okay, so we know that this, -7, this is Furry Friends, and over here, +7, is Ray's Pets. But look, they're at 7 and -7, so neither one of them is further. They're the same distance from the bookstore. They're the same distance. So using number lines along maps and cardinal directions like north, south, east, west is one way that we would definitely be using negative and positive integers in our real lives. All right, finish up some exercises and then the problem set. Good luck, 6th graders.